Long before the thunder of the great waterfalls was ever heard, the river flowed in silence. It moved slowly through the heart of the jungle, wide and calm, like a mirror of the sky. The air was heavy with warmth, the earth shone deep red beneath the trees, and the songs of birds drifted endlessly through the green canopy. To the Guarani people, this river was sacred, for it was not only water that lived within it. A powerful spirit dwelled in its depths. His name was Mboí, a colossal serpent, ancient as the world itself. His body was said to be as vast as the river, covered in dark scales that gleamed like wet stone. When he breathed, mist rose above the water. When he stirred, the earth seemed to listen. Mboí was not merely feared, he was the guardian of balance, the keeper of harmony between nature and humankind. To honor that balance, the Guarani made offerings. From time to time, a young woman was chosen to be given to the river, a sacred promise so that life would continue in peace. In one such season, the chosen one was Naipí. Naipí was not selected for beauty alone, though people said she shone like moonlight upon the water. She was gentle, wise, and strong in spirit, as much a part of the forest as the roots of the great trees. Through her, the people believed the pact with Mboí would remain unbroken. But Naipí's heart belonged to another. Tarobá, a young warrior, brave and unyielding, loved her deeply. His spirit was as free as the wind that moved through the jungle, and he could not accept that her fate had already been decided by forces beyond their lives. On the night before the ceremony, beneath a sky heavy with stars, they fled. They slipped into a canoe and followed the river downstream, paddling through shadows and silver reflections. The jungle seemed to hold its breath as they passed. They believed that if they could escape far enough, they could live not as offerings or symbols, but simply as two human beings in love. But nothing escapes the gaze of a god. Mboí awoke. From the depths of the river, the great serpent rose in fury. His roar shook the forest. His immense body twisted with rage, striking the earth with such force that the land itself tore open. The ground split, the river broke. Water, once calm and eternal, was suddenly dragged into a vast chasm that had never existed before. The world trembled as the waters plunged into the abyss. Thus the great waterfalls were born. Yet the god's punishment was not finished. Tarobá was transformed into stone, not as a monument, but as part of the living earth, condemned to stand forever beside the roaring waters, enduring time without movement, without voice. Naipí was changed into a palm tree at the edge of the abyss, forever leaning toward the void. The gods allowed her to remain alive in spirit, to feel the rain, the wind, and the endless longing, always reaching toward the one she could never touch again. And Mboí withdrew into the depths beneath the greatest fall, where the waters crash with unstoppable force. There, hidden below the thunder, he keeps watch. The roar is so powerful that it drowns all memory of their voices, ensuring the lovers are never reunited. That is why the waters never fall in silence. That is why the ground seems to tremble beneath their power. And when the mist rises through the jungle at dawn, the Guarani say it is not only vapor carried by the wind, but the eternal memory of a love that dared to defy a god.